we're bringing other people into an ecosystem. The same thing, we have other companies who are also doing various type of payment propositions in different parts of the continent with cross-border payments happening and also with cross-border management. And I kind of think that also Afrexim is doing a really good job, but I think it's also important to sort of look deep into the SME space and the underbelly of intra-Africa trade, where people are beginning to do very interesting projects around trade development and trade push, and be able to find a way. I mean, these companies are not looking for, they're not companies who would be looking for lots of money in terms of how you fund or finance this, but they are a huge and important factor into how you actually grow trade and how you begin to actually grow some of these infrastructures you're talking about. Because if we're waiting for roads to be built, it will take time.
My proposal would be that when it comes to engagement with Afrexim Bank, we just do it basically through that particular forum. There's a lot of good work that's already being done, and I think this is going to serve to accelerate. The second point to this is that in October, the Consumer Goods Council itself, which of course represents all the major retailers such as your ShopRites, your Pick n Pays, your Spars, your Woolworths, your Unilevers, your Tiger Brands, has its own annual summit. We could perhaps use that as an opportunity for the bank to showcase or do a road show about what intra-trade is all about and what some of your key objectives are. Then the third element, you spoke about franchising. There's a Franchise Association of South Africa which covers some of the largest franchisors on the continent. We work very closely with them. Perfect opportunity to identify the type of opportunities and also promote intra-trade. The last point that I want to make is, as an example, we are currently in discussions with His Majesty the King of the KwaZulu-Natal province, who's the largest landholder in KwaZulu-Natal, over 3 million hectares. The key issue here is to take on board 2 or 3 key major retailers for off-take purposes, and particularly those that operate on the African continent and capacitate in excess of 50,000 or 20,000 emerging farmers. The beauty about this is that it's an existing platform with a major company or retailer that operates on the continent, so it makes it a lot easier to gain the required traction. From a leasing point of view, because you spoke about fleet financing, there's a Southern African Vehicle Leasing Association organization that is in place, which covers all of the major leasing companies, and already they're trying to do a lot of intra-African trade across the borders. So this is all of the type of opportunities that we can harness. I think most of the times it's due to lack of information more than anything else, and I think if we work smarter, I feel that in the course of the next 18 to 24 months, we can gain a lot of traction.
A bit of a summary of our actions. The first roundtable by Afrexim on intra-Africa trade with the trade champions. Those were executives, of course, with the exception of my good self, sitting down amongst them, who are the CEOs with our roundtable discussing these game changes. And, of course, the next edition of that roundtable is expected to take place in 2018. Meantime, one of the top stories here on the streets today, back at home here, is that the head of the Governors Forum has denied allegations of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission that Zamfara State Governor, who is current head of the NGF, has anything to do with allegations that he used part of the funds from the Nigeria Governors Forum accounts and diverted it to build a 100-bedroom hotel costing about $3 million in Nigeria's financial center, Lagos. Those allegations have been denied as untrue. Yesterday, remember, the Federal High Court in Abuja, EFCC got the court to freeze some monies allegedly taken from the Nigeria Governors Forum by the sitting governor of Zamfara State, Mr. Yari. Now, the head of media for the NGF, Mr. Bakindo, says Governor Yari has denied any links with the so-called $3 million hotel in Lagos, and says the EFCC story is not about any missing funds, as the NGF did not receive any funds from Paris Club refunds on behalf of any state government. We'll be back after the break. It's called Trading the News Box. News is important to any investment actions you want to make. So news is very, very important. So when you listen to the news here on channels, of course, you got to take that very seriously, because it could have impact on what takes place on the Market Street in downtown Lagos. So let's go to Customs Street. That's where the epicenter of Nigeria is, the home of capitalism, as you want to call it in Nigeria. That's just the opposite of the Wall Street in New York. So let's talk to Rotimi Fakayejo, who is a trader and chief executive officer at Enterprise Stockbrokers. Good morning, Rotimi. Good to hear your voice here on the program.
Good morning, both.
Yes, of course, the home of capitalism is always been referred to as the stock exchange, isn't it?
Well.
I'm sure you remember. I'm sure you remember. You know what I'm talking about, isn't it? Yes, yes. So let's go about what news are you traders trading on at the moment? What news are investors talking about in this news box that you think would affect today's trading day and perhaps the remaining single session we have tomorrow to close up the first week in July?
Well, I think to me, what is new is the news concerning the TISALAT, the CBN having stepped in, and at least that is a big relief to the banks, especially the ones that are quoted on the exchange. And I think now everybody is just waiting for the first person to make the right move concerning the equities in the banking sector. So virtually all of them right now are trading flat. And we believe that definitely somebody will make a move and others will follow suit.
Okay, now let me bring you one news here that the Bureau of Public Enterprises, that's the BPE, in the news today says that the government may offload 20% of its equities in some public companies on the floor of the stock exchange, on the trading board. Do you see that as some news I can keep in my inside pocket? I should start taking actions on?
Well, I think it's a very big news. Is such that the market has been waiting for all the while, because it's, for that kind of offer, it's definitely going to rejuvenate the market. But I would rather want more clarification, and I believe that will come later, on the modus operandi with which such 20% of the public health shares in those institutions will be offered to the market, because it is really very, very important. It will rather be better if they are looking at a way of a public offer, because that will sensitize the investing public and will make the equity market to come to the limelight once more. And I believe that will widen the spread, the net, to catch more investors into the equity market.
Rotimi, even if the government is not doing an IPO, even if it's an offer for sale, if you put 20% of a petrochemical company, oil and gas company of the Nigerian government on the market, an offer for sale is still good, 20%.
Can you say that again, please?
An offer for sale, 20%. Yeah. That would be good, isn't it?
Very fantastic.
Fantastic. Fantastic. That's good. So without doing an IPO for the whole thing, we can just do an offer for sale. That would be a lot of money for the market capitalization and money for you, stockbrokers.
Definitely.
I'm sure you're keeping an eye on that.
I believe that when it happens, definitely it's going to deepen the market and it's going to be a win-win situation for all.
Okay. Rotimi, I'm already packing my papers and I'm out of here. You are also out of here. Thank you very much for bringing your thoughts into this news, and we're going to discuss this much broader and deeper in the next couple of days. Thank you to everyone. Tomorrow is Friday. I can't wait until then. It's going to be the beginning of the weekend. Do have a great day, everyone. I'll see you then.